Hello, hello, hello. Is my audio working? Hi, can you hear me? Is everything functioning? Mostly. Almost everything is functioning. Everything except Blender is working right now. So you're gonna notice the donation thing is missing. I have it pulled up, so I will definitely add to it, but you're not gonna be able to see it for reasons today that seem to be made up of, I don't fucking know. The NDI capture, for whatever reason, the NDI capture is not capturing Blender. It doesn't see Blender. It doesn't see anything except full desktop right now. Why? Fucked if I know. But, you know, at least everything is working. You should be able to hear me. You should be able to see me. The GIFs appear to be working in chat. Wonderful, wonderful. Love me a good GIF. Hi, happy Monday. I hope everybody's having a good Monday. I hope everybody had a good weekend. You guys have a good weekend? I hope you had a good weekend. Is that mac and cheese? Is that goblin puking up mac and cheese? Like, Kraft Dinner mac and cheese? That's what it looks like. Disgusting. I hate it. And to be fair, that is what I would do with mac and cheese. Because I hate Kraft Dinner mac and cheese. Hate Kraft Dinner mac and cheese. Why does nothing work for me? Because I'm a goddamn goblin, that's why. Life would be too simple if everything worked normally. Hello, 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 hello. You've had an electric razor for 5 years, and I never knew why it wasn't able to blend properly. Turns out I've had it in a locked position for 5 years. Oh yeah, that would do it. That would do it. Typos will now be genuine misspellings. Ooh. Oh. Ah. We got a new keyboard. Wonderful. Twitch is weird, fight the Goblin Horde. No, become one with the Goblin Horde. You can't beat us, you may as well join us. Pokemon stream today was good. I had fun. I hope you guys enjoyed. Some crazy shit happened, so look out for that. If you missed it, go back and check it out. You bought a used laptop this weekend? That's cool. Your weekend was nice. You got to vote yesterday. You got coffee and cake. Oh, that's lovely. That's lovely. I like that. That's nice. Speaking of voting, the Liberals and Mark Carney called a by-election. So that is happening on the 13th of next month. April 13th. Not March 13th, April 13th. So there's that going on. Oh, hey, Low Energy, what's going on? So there's an election. The election, there are 3 seats that are open. The 2 of them are from liberal candidates moving away from their position. All 3 of them, actually, I think. So there's 2 in Toronto and 1 in Quebec. The 2 in Toronto area, one is like Scarborough, the other one's somewhere else, I can't remember. They are both already pretty strongly liberal areas, so they're likely going to win, like the liberals are likely to win those. As of right now, okay, we can talk about Debbie in a minute. Let me get through this and come back in a second. We'll loop back to that. The by-election has 2 really likely liberal elections without any real issues. The one in Quebec is the one that's interesting because the Liberals won it on a recount by 1 vote. So the Quebec one is gonna be crazy because if the Liberals win that one, it means they get a majority government. They need to win all 3 to get a majority government, but they'll only have a majority government by 1 seat. So, like, it's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy. Predictable, yeah. So the vote isn't for who's prime minister. Regardless of, even if the Liberals lost all 3, the Liberals will still be in power in the House. These are for the House seats. So the way it works is that you don't vote for the prime minister in Canada. You vote for your local seats, and then those seats you add together, and then those people represent those districts, those ridings in the House, and then based on the number of seats each party gets, determines what party is the leading party, and then within that party, those people vote on who they want to lead the party. So the leader of the party that holds the most seats in the House is the Prime Minister. Does that make sense? You understand? Is that like a little bit... You get it? That makes sense? Okay. Is there any questions about the, fucking elections? We can talk about Debbie in a minute. If you insist. Does everybody understand? I know that other governments can be complicated. If you're not from Canada, it might seem a little bit wacky. That is messed up. We should just vote directly for Prime Minister. Nah. No, because like, how would that wouldn't work? If you voted for a Prime Minister, but then the Prime Minister didn't have any power, there would be like, what would they do? So one of the reasons why we do it this way is it prevents leading by personality a little bit. So like, I do think that there does need to be some reform, like the ranked choice voting change needs to happen. But I don't think voting directly for the Prime Minister is necessarily a good thing. Yeah, it prevents crazies. It really does act as a really big buffer, so that way you don't end up with like something like a Donald Trump, because not only would Donald Trump have to win his own internal election and lead his party, but then he would also have to, we don't have an electoral college, but he would have to then also win all the districts on his own. So, if he didn't do it the way we did it. So like, it prevents like cult of personality politics, which is like, so one of the reasons why Pierre Poilievre didn't win is because he's trying to win on his shit-ass personality, right? And trying to win based off of like fear-mongering and hate politics, right? So he's not, and he's a wet sock. Like that, so the only reason he was leading in the polls is because of how hard and how badly Russia and a lot of mainstream and American media was shitting on Trudeau, and there's something called burnout, right? Where Trudeau had been in power for like a decade. So people were also kind of tired of him. And so when that happens, inevitably, that prime minister gets less popular over a long enough period of time, right? And so that was like inevitable for Trudeau by this point, even regardless. The main thing that allowed Mark Carney to win as hard as he did was that the liberal policies were already popular, and he was a fresh, politician fatigue, and he was a fresh face. And he's coming in exactly where he needs to come in when it came to actually making the deals that Trudeau did a lot of the groundwork for. The Donald Trump being a fucking wacky dick waffle was like icing on the cake as far as Mark Carney was concerned. Did it help him? Sure. Would it have, if he didn't, does that mean Mark Carney wouldn't have won? I doubt it. I'm pretty sure Mark Carney would have still won. Maybe you might end up with like, you wouldn't end up with a majority, but a minority government, but I still think the Liberals would have won. But that's just my opinion. But yeah, personality politics is, what was it? Hold on. What was the phrase you used? I saw that was good. I saw Jason say something. Popularity vote. Even if you vote for a side, they can lose their riding and lose the leadership of the side. Yeah. If we voted directly for the prime minister, it would mean that you could have a prime minister from one party, and then the House and the House could like be a majority another one, so the prime minister would ostensibly have next to no power and not be able to do anything. It would just be a waste. It wouldn't fucking work. Yeah, it's less of a popularity vote. Popularity vote, even if you vote for a side, they can lose their riding. Yeah, exactly. So much is happening in politics all over the world. Yes, there's a ton of stuff going on. There's a ton of fucking things going on. Iran. Is there anything extra we need to talk about Iran? I mean, it's an ongoing issue. I don't know. Like, yeah, Netanyahu's winning the Middle East right now. For the time being. Israel tried this in 1996. It didn't go well. The United States also tried this in, after 9/11. Ferengi Trump? Is it Ferengi Trump? At least the Ferengi have a code. And this is why there's an election, general election every 4 years. Yeah, that's another thing that Canada doesn't do. Canada doesn't have term limits on their prime ministers. So, like, you don't have to have a new prime minister every 4 years. Which seems a little bit insane to have to change your, like, to flip-flop your fucking country every 4 years is fucking, it must be exhausting. Must be fucking exhausting. Could you imagine? Ugh. I wouldn't. How do you get anything done? Oh, you don't? Oh, okay. Oh yeah, congratulations on Daylight Savings Time for anybody doing Daylight Savings Time. Congratulations on British Columbia for doing your last Daylight Savings Time this year, so they're not going to be switching up. Learned today that Saskatchewan doesn't do Daylight Savings Time and hasn't done Daylight Savings Time since like 1966 or something like that. They did it for like 20 years and we're like, fuck this. Stop doing it. Saskatchewan doesn't actually have Daylight Savings Time. So expect the what rules of acquisition is the best rules for acquisitioning us. I don't know if you know that word. God, Trump is the worst. We're gonna talk a little bit about the United States tomorrow, where we're gonna go a little bit more in depth. I've grabbed a couple of resources for you guys just because it's like, I don't want to talk about the United States and just constantly feel like I'm shitting on Americans, because I know it's not all Americans, but there's a little bit of contention going on where it's like, well, this isn't all Americans, this doesn't represent us, and I'm like, we need to talk about this. So, poor Cork being insulted like that. So we're gonna talk about that and sort of expound upon it a little bit. After dark, we need to talk. We need to get on a stream together. Me and you. Us. You and me. We need to hang out. We need to hang out on a stream and have a chat about things and stuff. Okay. Is there anything? Oh, okay, Iran. Okay, so Iran so far. All right. What do we think's gonna happen? I don't know if I have any different of an opinion than I had when we talked about it on Debate Hub. I don't. Good. I'll get with you. I'll get with you. And do you want to come on with Manya and do join us for a Dumbfuck Friday? If you'd rather just talk to me, that's fine. Or if you'd rather just talk to Manya, I can probably hook you up. But whatever you want to do. We'll talk. We'll talk. I'll send you a message on Blue Sky. Yes, we gotta watch Tom's Former Professor, because apparently they've been giving speeches in the House in the United States? Is it the House in the United States, or is that the... in the House, or is he at the Senate? I think it's it was a House hearing. It was a hearing? If I remember correctly. Okay, I'm curious to know what the people in America, like, in general think... Oh, we did both, okay. What the people, like, what the vibe is in America about going to war with Iran. Because I do know that, like, a lot of the anti-war people who were like, nah, Trump's gonna keep us out of a war, have flipped on that entirely. Like, if you want the best, a good example, Osmongold, who I'm pretty sure at this point, I think that guy might be a shill. Like, I think he might be getting money from Russia. I don't know that for a fact, and I'm not claiming he is. I just get the vibe that maybe there's a pretty solid chance, since a lot of the since a lot of the pundits, conservative pundits, that were getting paid by Russia and got exposed and sort of dropped in popularity, I would not be terribly surprised if they, like, took that money and moved it somewhere else. And he is, like, the chud of chuds. So the vibe is highly negative against Donald? Ew. Can AI fuck get that out of here. Garbage. Hate it. Disgusting. And also both those men suck. Gas is $3 USD or 408 Canadian. Jesus. Yeah, gas. I saw the gas fucking spike like a motherfucker. I also saw that the Dow is on its way fucking falling down the stairs. What do I think about the war between the US and Canada? I'm pretty sure the United States is handedly losing that war. Flamethrower their eggs before they hatch. Trump and Yahoo. Trump is already talking about war with Cuba. Yeah. Well, he's talked about war with Canada, Greenland, Cuba, Venezuela. And now they're just dropping bombs on Iraq because when in doubt, drop bombs on Iraq, I guess. Is there a shooting war between Canada and the United States? Well, I wonder... Actually, I haven't thought about that. And actually, hold on. Let me turn this light on real quick. There we go. I wonder. My thoughts on this is that I'm curious to know if the United States and Canada go to war like a physical war where we're shooting at each other. I kind of wonder. Being American, I don't want to talk politics with you. That's fair. Yeah, no, I wasn't gonna call you on to talk about politics. If you want to, I would not be opposed, but that was not what we're gonna talk about. No, I'm not gonna force anybody to talk politics with me. I suspect that if Canada and the United States go into a war where they are on opposite sides, I do not think it's going to happen on Canadian or American soil right now. I don't think, I'm not expecting the United States to try to march across Canada, right? I don't expect to see, an invasion in the next handful of years. Now, it's not impossible, but that's not what I am expecting. Which, take that for what you will. So I do not, and I would like to not go to war with the United States. I think most Americans are pretty chill people, so I prefer not to do that. I do not think the United States would win that war, even if they did, although they would have a very successful first strike, but I do not think they would win a sustained conflict, which they would definitively be dealing with, which would be a sustained conflict. Mostly because notoriously the United States sucks at occupation, and they're really bad at guerrilla warfare. So it's possible that there'll be a proxy war, maybe, but I'm more thinking that you might see Canada siding with Palestine and the United States siding with Israel, and seeing Canadians on Palestine's side on the ground fighting Israel, and American troops in Israel fighting Palestine and the Canadians. I think that would be where that. I don't think that'll happen between, because that could happen in Ukraine and Russia, but I don't think so. If they did, the Americans would be at such a fucking disadvantage. They would be at such a massive fucking disadvantage just from, like, landscape and biome. So it's possible, but I don't think so. I think it would be more likely to take place in Israel versus Palestine. As for a proxy war, I mean, that would probably be Russia. That might, or Israel, I guess, as well. If Canada and, like, France, like the Pact of the Willing, or whatever the fuck they called it, the France, the UK, and Canada. I think that if there was any, like, severe effort that went forward on it, I'm pretty sure Australia would join that side as well, where we're proxy fighting or we're sanctioning Israel a shitload, and the United States is just choosing not to sanction Israel, and it'd be that kind of a fight. Black robe with Paris black shades. Smrussia, Shmanada, and Shmuke. Yeah, we'll talk about it a little bit more on Tuesday. I really wanted to. I feel like there's some things that historical events that some individuals in the United States have forgotten that we need to talk about a little bit. Don't forget, Canada is known for war crimes, like in World War I. Hey! They weren't war crimes when we did them. If you think we're not creative enough to come up with anything new, you'd be wrong. I'm pretty sure I could walk up to a random Canadian and be like, hey, could you invent a war crime for me? They'd be like, yeah, sure. And then they'd do it. Okay. Is there anything else political that we need to talk about? Because I have some other things as well. Two places throwing bricks. Throw all the bricks. Every brick. More bricks. Can we get a Canada involvement in World War II video? I feel like there's so many better people that have already done that. They only became war crimes after. Yeah, no, Canada is very much like, we're gonna do this and then ask for forgiveness later. Because it's just like, yeah, we did that. That was really awful. Nobody should be allowed to do that. We shouldn't do that anymore. Hey guys, don't do this. This is awful. How do you know it's so awful? Oh, we did it. War crime generator. Yeah. Sorry, World War I, not World War II. Oh, my bad. World War I. Well, you know, regardless. World War I, World War II. Yeah, tomato. Hey, Orange, what's going on? Trump had a summit to fix college football. Sure he did, of course. Whatever. Let me check DMs. You know, you can send that. You might be able to send that in the chat on Twitch. You could try it. Multi-million-dollar deals back to $15,000 scholarships. The American dollar is also not doing well. The Canadian dollar's been dropping a little bit too, but I'm a little bit less concerned about the Canadian dollar dropping because of all the deals that we've made. By the way, for anybody who doesn't know, Canada's got a deal with Japan, and sorry, just recently, Carney was in Japan, he was in Australia, he was in India. I think he was somewhere else that I've forgotten. And he was doing speeches, but we have made a deal with Japan and a massive deal in India. The Indian one's kind of a big deal. We were already friendly with Japan, but getting more friendly with Japan is nice. I think that's okay. Of course, there was the big deal a little while ago with China, but like, if you want to talk about the 100 deals in 100 days, and who has the United States made deals with? Is it fucking nobody? Not one? We're a whole year down, and this man hasn't made a deal with fucking Art of the Deal. Jesus Christ. I do feel really bad for the US citizens right now. It is a bad time for everybody involved, and I don't mean to be a downer, but shit is gonna get worse. So, you know, you just prepare yourselves, take care of yourselves, make friends with your local community, flee the country maybe, depending on who you are and what you're about. Stop US bashing, please. No. 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 I will continue to bash on the United States government until the United States government stops until the country of America stops bashing my country in the head. I'm gonna keep bashing them. I don't mean to bash on like individuals though. Obviously this is like government decisions that are being made by like, I mean, I'll dunk on some individuals like, you know, Stephen Miller. Fuck that guy, what a freak. Just like how I'll dunk on Keir Starmer too, asshole. Coward. Oh, I didn't read my frozen pizza. It's barbecue sauce. Ugh. God, barbecue sauce pizza is disgusting. Whoever decided to put barbecue sauce on pizza is like, that's a war crime. I'm an American and I take zero offense. Yeah, I think that, yeah, that's something we're going to talk about a little bit more tomorrow, so I don't want to go into it too much, but yeah. As an American, bash us. Yeah, yeah. Step on me. No, I think there's yeah, we have to have a conversation, but I want to save that conversation for tomorrow. Because it's chill day today, so I don't want to upset anybody. All right, so somebody brought up Debbie, right? Are they gone already? Hey, come back. Do I need to get my keys out? Hey, person who wanted me to talk about Debbie, what were you saying? Come back and tell me what you wanted to say, so I can dunk on Dapper. He's a great target. Do I dunk on Dapper that much? I don't know. I'd have to ask him. I don't think I do. I think he dunks on me more than I dunk on him. I am also American. I completely understand. That sounds disgusting. Yeah, barbecue sauce on pizza. Ugh. I know people get like barbecue chicken on their pizza, and like that's a little bit more acceptable than just replacing the tomato sauce with fucking with barbecue sauce. Horrid. Oh my gosh, Debbie. Yeah, right? Right? Brother. Is she the same Debbie that had that sketchy jewelry business in Texas? Yeah, yeah. Somebody came in here wanting to talk about Debbie, but I needed to get through my politics stuff still. Yeah, I don't like barbecue chicken on pizza. I think that's terrible and disgusting also. But I can at least understand why some people might like that. Dapper's arms are short, which makes dunking easier. I like that. I like that a lot. I like that. Thank you. I have Debbie fatigue. Oh yeah, one of my the first Dumbfuck Friday Debbie video got struck or something. Hold on, let me open my YouTube studio so I can tell you what happened. Is the music too loud? It looks like it's a little loud. Let me bring that down a bit. I can't hear it right now, so hold on. Let me check my YouTube studio. Hold up. It's fucking funny, man. Oh, Kathy P's live. Damn. Oh well. Check her out later. Okay. Yeah, it says, okay. Important notification, community guideline removal. Your content, dumbfuck DFF, who actually is blonde one / just saying, was removed due to violation of our community guidelines. We realize you may not have known this was a violation, so you did not get a warning or a strike. All right. But, and then it says, if you disagree, appeal here. And if I click appeal here, it says review not available. So I can't, I can't fucking know. I don't fucking know, dude. So I can't, so I don't know what the violation was. I can't argue the violation. I can't, I don't know. But it's not the one from this Friday, right? It's the first one. It was the first one that's gone, not the second one that's gone. So I don't know what the fuck. I guess they really didn't like that I read out the public forum of their conversations. But what about the mysterious behavior of the barbecue lid? I'm new to this channel. I arrived here via Dapper and Kip. Welcome! Welcome. Yeah, I get up to a lot of shenanigans around here. I spend a lot of time, isolating and de-fucking really complicated social scenarios, and a lot of which involves, like, online harassment. Violation? That's a paddling. Yeah, so I can't look at it. I don't know what the violation was. I can't see anything about it. On the other hand, whoever it was that, I don't even know who filed it or what the portion of private information is supposed to be, right? And so, because I don't know those things, I can't do anything about it or argue it or anything. I have no fucking clue. So, whoever did it, however, seems to have forgotten that all of these things are now streamed on Twitch as well. So I downloaded it from Twitch, so I have a copy regardless. Yeah, I'll just complain to YouTube. Yeah, that'll do. I'll go onto Twitter and go and complain to YouTube's customer service. They told me that they knew my mom's address and that they wouldn't tell me because as a swamp witch, I hatched from an egg and things get confusing on which other witch is my mom. Oh, that sounds very confusing. That does sound very confusing. They seem confused. Okay. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't... Fucked if I know. But I have a copy of it and I can re-upload it whenever. So, I'm just sitting on a copy of it to re-upload if I needed to. Which I might do. I haven't really made a decision yet. Did I see the new gambling game you posted on Discord? It might be the most degenerate gambling game I've seen so far. No, I haven't seen that yet. Tag me. Tag me so I can take a look. So yeah, I haven't decided what I'm gonna do. I'm also thinking about taking the first video and the second video and smashing them together into one long Debbie Palooza. So it's just both Dumbfuck Fridays smashed together into one big long Dumbfuck Friday. But yeah, I don't know. I have no idea what the violation is. The YouTube doesn't seem to know. It doesn't want to tell me. I have no idea what the details are. I don't fucking know. Hey, Ian, what's going on? What up? How are you? You know who's been a little bit quiet, actually, recently? Elon Musk. I haven't seen him fucking saying much recently. You think that's a good idea? You think mashing the videos together is a good idea? I'm thinking about it. I mean, if I do it today, then it'll be ready by Friday. Since there is no Dumbfuck Friday this Friday, I could put it out on Friday. Hey, Zell, welcome back. What the fuck? How many vehicles? Rush Hour turns the CCTV world and its traffic into a betting game? Fucking what? That's insane! Like, what the fuck is this? What is this bullshit? What the fuck? What? That's nonsense. Complete nonsense. That's what you would do? Actually, I haven't checked out your channel in a long time. What have you been up to? Let's go look. What has After Dark been up to? Show me. Show me what you've been up to. View channel. Hell yeah. What do you got? What do you got going on? Have you done a live stream in a little while? Oh, you got a couple coming up. Totally 90s trivia. Oh my god. Oh my god. How did I miss that? Oh, it would have been so good. New skincare. Cool. Homelessness by the numbers. I'm interested in that, actually. I'd be curious. Stop the hate bullying, harassing, stalking stream. What's your homelessness by the numbers video? Or stream coming up? I'm curious about this. I'm curious to know the details. Maybe Elon got embarrassed of how much he was begging to go to the island. Oh, that's right. He was in the Epstein stuff. Oh, God. Yo, maple syrup is really good. I think maple syrup would be really, really popular in Japan. They've got, like, these really cool, like, syrup candies that they make on a stick that you can just, like, go buy. And I'm like, you don't make that, but make that with maple syrup? Also, why don't we make that? Could we make that, please? That'd be great. Electric cars are less affected by price spikes in fuel. This is true, but good thing Elon decided that Tesla isn't making electric vehicles anymore. I've included Canada, the United States, and the UK in my homelessness by the numbers. Very cool. That's very interesting. There is a town in Quebec, I believe I think it's Quebec. It might not be Quebec, it might be Nova Scotia. One of our provinces that is east of me has eliminated homelessness from their whole town. I'll see if I can... Canadian town eliminates homelessness. I'm trying to remember. I don't remember which town it is. Oh, was it Medicine Hat? There's another one that is in Ontario that is being worked on. Okay, it was Medicine Hat. Okay. So Medicine Hat is in... Do I remember what province Medicine Hat is in? No, I don't. Alberta! A functional zero chronic homelessness is what it says, specifically. This was, this article that I'm looking at is from 2021. The Alberta. I couldn't remember if it was Saskatchewan or Alberta. In aligning with the standard federal definition, Medicine Hat defines chronic homelessness around individuals who are currently experiencing homelessness and have either had a total of at least 180 days of homelessness over the past year or have experienced recurrent homelessness over the past 3 years. So here's I'll give you the link so you can check it out if you're interested. And then Ontario town is on a mission to end homelessness by 2027. So this is... What's the town? St. Thomas. Actually, that's not that terribly far from me. So, so here's the one for 10... yeah, sorry, I'm just giving this for everybody. If you want to take it after dark, go for it. But this is just for everybody so they can look into more detail if they're curious about like the methodology behind it. But this one's in St. Thomas. St. Thomas is near London, where I was living. Yeah. I'm just looking for the 5 years now, the city has been working on a strategy to get people off the streets and into housing based on the Canadian Alliance to End Homelessness National Built for Zero program. So the Built for Zero program is the beginning of the end of homelessness in Canada. So here is that, if you're curious about that, but I guess I can show you guys. This one's a little bit more interesting, right? Oh, whoops. Yeah, that's that's my thing being broken. Don't mind that. Let's just get that off of it. Excuse me. All right. So they're ending chronic homelessness in communities and then ending veteran homelessness. And these are the numbers. An ambitional national change effort helping a core group of leading communities end chronic homelessness and veteran homelessness, a first pass to eliminating all homelessness in Canada. So they've got like a whole thing. See, this is what I'm talking about when I'm like, hey, listen, I would just, if I had a shitload of money, I would just do something like this. And it's like, look, I don't even have to do it. I would just have my shitload of money and I would just throw it at this program and be like, here's $44 billion. You got this. How is ending homelessness depressing, Borg? You want people to be homeless? Bro. Can we talk about something less depressing? Well, the other thing was Debbie, and Debbie's kind of depressing, so I guess not. This person went away. They didn't come back. I asked them to tell me what they wanted to talk about, and they left, I guess. How impatient. Oh dear, what a shame. Yes, very sad. Anyway. Whoop. More money. Holla holla. Holla holla, get that dollar. Let me double check my Blue Sky because I had something for you guys. Oh, I guess we could talk, like, do you guys think that Osmongold, with the way he flip-flopped on Iran, is, like, you think he's getting paid? You think he's getting do you guys think he's getting paid? One in the chat if you think he's getting paid, two in the chat if you don't know. It's hard to, I think maybe perhaps. One in the chat for yes, two in the chat for no. I don't know for sure. That's for tomorrow, that's for tomorrow. That's for tomorrow. I saved a bunch of stuff for tomorrow. Oh yeah, Canadian doctors for Medicare sent a letter to PM Mark Carney expressing deep concern about Alberta's law allowing patients to be billed for essential health care. That's a thing. Oh yeah, I've also got Candace, a clip of Candace Owens claiming that Charlie Kirk was a time traveler. I forgot that I have that clip. Good God. Fuck. He's just ego-driven and spiteful? Well, I don't think that's independent. I think you can be ego-driven and spiteful and be getting paid to be ego-driven and spiteful. You know what I mean? Why do I think there was another town? Is Medicine-Hat the only one? I feel like there was another one. Maybe I'm crazy. Oh yeah, there's a BBC article about what happened when Canada stopped evicting homeless camps. Oh, this one's in Halifax. Started accepting and not evicting homelessness, or homeless camps. When was this from? Oh, this is November 2012. Oh, this is new. I haven't read this. You guys want to see this? Here. Just found out that thunder is caused by lightning. Oh, good God. I thought there was one out east too. Maybe I'm misremembering, but I thought there was another one. Cities across North America grapple with homelessness. One Canadian city has taken a different approach by regulating tent encampments instead of banning them, as it tries to tackle what one official calls the issue of the decade. Quote, Andrew Goodsell has called his small orange tent... Okay, yeah, I don't care about his personal blah blah blah. Once got by with couch surfing or working minimum wage jobs to pay rent, but Halifax skyrocketing house prices. His encampment is one of the 9 cities chosen by this, 9 sites chosen by the city as a place where people without housing can lawfully camp outside. The sites were approved this summer as a temporary but some argue necessary solution while indoor shelters are at capacity. The policy has been adopted by at least one other municipality in Canada and is being considered by others who are facing a rise in homelessness. In stark contrast to other North American cities where police officers forcibly remove homeless encampments, these so-called street sweeps have been criticized as violent and ineffective in addressing the housing crisis. But they have become increasingly popular as homelessness has grown since the pandemic. California has cleared more than 2,000 encampments since 2021, while cities like Fresno, California, and Grants Pass, Oregon have passed complete bans on camping in public spaces. Proponents of banning encampments say that the campsites lead to disorder and that funding should go to getting people off the streets. Among detractors of Halifax's approach are some encampment residents themselves who say that they want resources spent on affordable housing instead. Quote, Canada is one of the richest, most beautiful countries in the world. We have so much land, so much resource, but we blah, 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 blah. Yeah, that's Several Canadian cities, including Halifax, have tried to remove homeless encampments in the past. A recent court decision by British Columbia and Ontario have ruled that people without homes can camp outside if there is no appropriate indoor shelters available. So that's a federal rule now, by the way. In contrast, the U.S. Supreme Court ruled in June that cities can fine and arrest homeless people if there is no shelter for them to go to, paving the way for outright bans on encampments in California and Oregon. Another difference is the growing recognition in Canada that previous approaches have failed. Quote, the approach, this is from a University of Stephen Wood, a law professor at the University of British Columbia. Quote, the approach up until a couple years ago has been to clear them out, but it is now no longer deniable that that doesn't solve the problem. Canada's national database estimates that there's 235,000 homeless people across the country in a given year, though experts argue the number is higher. This figure puts the rate of homelessness in Canada above that of the United States and England, according to a comparison of official data. Globally, many cities have seen a rise in homelessness since the pandemic. In 2018, Halifax, the largest city in the Atlantic coast, with a population around 118,000, had only 18 people sleeping rough, said Max Chauvin, the director of housing and homelessness in Halifax. Now it's over 200. Blah, blah, blah. I want to know how it's working. Proponents of the designated sites say they prevent the criminalization of people who are homeless, and allows the city to concentrate on outreach services. Still, Halifax's policy is both provisional and divisive. It was a focal point of the city's October mayoral election, where the winner promised to end the expansion of designated encampments and to remove unlawful ones. Trish Purdy, a city councillor, unsuccessfully fought to remove the proposed designated sites in her district after hearing from constituents who feared it would bring crime and drug use. Alright, well, I guess it was too early to tell, at least in this BBC article. I wonder if there's a CBC, like a Canadian outlet that's got a better source or more to go on, but interesting. Pixar Beaver and Disney Beaver. I'm just catching up on chat. So homeless camps can be a positive thing if they are monitored. It seems like it's at least more effective than outright banning them, but I don't know about the data yet. It's been less than a year since this article that I was looking at. The article's from November 25th, 2024. So you'll have to find a better article than the one I found. That link doesn't work for me, Feline. Why block me, you afraid? Oh, hey, they're back. Hey, we were waiting for you. What did you want to talk about? I asked you to come back like 20 minutes ago, man. Or woman. Or neither. Or both. I don't know. I don't know your life. I'm not your mom. Fuck spelling, I'm drunk. Yo, fair. 2024 is more than oh right, it's 2026. I forgot it was I forgot it was 2026. Oh god, so it was a year and a bit. A year and a little bit since November 25th, 2024. What is time? I don't even know, man. I like that this person is bitching about being blocked in a chat where we can see what they're saying, therefore meaning they are not blocked. Are you blocked on another account? What account are you blocked on? I can unblock you. Let me know. Destroyed by Gabo Mom. Alternative link. Alright, we'll try this one. Oh god. Norway. In Norway, homelessness has been halved since 2012. One major explanation this reduction is a sustained, coordinated, and integrated strategy involving the development of housing and support services and the building up of expertise. Efforts have focused on disadvantaged groups in the housing market in general, and specifically on families with children and those who suffer from substance abuse and mental health problems, yeah. Reduction in the number of homeless people as a result of national cooperation on a long-term integrated strategy for housing and support services. Responsibility for the Norwegian housing policy is split between the state, municipalities, and the private sector. The Norwegian state sets goals and provides the framework through laws, regulations, and financial tools such as loans and grants distributed through the housing bank. The public health and welfare services are responsible for homeless people. Municipalities should help disadvantaged groups in the housing market to access and maintain their own homes, and are responsible for finding temporary accommodations for homeless people. Interesting. I will also put the link here, and there you go. If you want me to unblock you, I can. I just need to know what account is blocked. You seem very confused already. This is anecdotal only. Victoria in the chat says, this is anecdotal only, but if you ban the druggies from, well, maybe don't just say the druggies. From public spaces, they die in higher numbers because they won't be found, and also they and everyone else is safer if the police can observe. There was a project that happened in British Columbia a good number of years ago where they provided housing and medical staff in like a community, like its own community, and it was really, really successful. And they decriminalized the usage of drugs in those areas, but the drugs needed to be administered, or like the drugs were controlled by the medical staff that were on site. It's a really interesting project. Oh, well, now they got banned from the channel. No, they're making death threats. Oh, no. They think I was mean to somebody, and therefore they're sending me death threats. Seems legit. Because that's not mean at all. I don't know what you're talking about. Hey, listen, the rules are that the mods are allowed to play with people until the mods get bored of people, and then the mods don't want or have to deal with them anymore. But it's a shame. I would have unblocked their other account if they told me what their other account was. Unblock everyone that is blocked on your channel. No, I won't do that. And the reason I won't do that is there's a handful of accounts that are blocked that were dox accounts. So they were trying to dox people with the name and the picture of their account. And so those will remain blocked. I'm not gonna unblock everybody. Well, yeah, obviously calling somebody a druggie is, not talking about homeless people necessarily. Oh, yeah, Feline wants to say, hey, it was me who banned me, fight me, at me, bro. Are you saying that's better than telling them to go sit in the can? Yeah, I don't mean to admonish people's language too hard. I'm simply criticizing the language. I'm not telling you you can't call people things. I'm simply saying calling people druggies when you're trying to help them or talk about them in a non-negative, like, it's stigmatizing, I think is the word I'm looking for. I'm not going to tell you not to use the language, I'm just simply critiquing that maybe a language tweak. Huh? Guy, what are you trying to say? I don't understand what you're saying. I can't read that. RNGD says I don't ban unless it's a TOS violation. Threats would be a TOS violation. Yeah, there are basically 2 ways to get banned on my channel. 1 is terms of service violations, and 2 is you're being a dick and everybody got sick of you. If the mods get sick of you, it's totally on them to just ban you if they just don't feel like it. So that's gonna depend on the mood, the vibe of the time. Otherwise, you won't get banned. What? Just scare high and explain my... What? 28 years ago? I don't... Sorry, guy, I don't know what you're trying to say. We're expecting some severe weather. Oh no! Will you stay safe? We'll keep in touch. Keep in touch. Stay safe. Get your shit together. I hope you're okay, and we'll get in touch on Blue Sky and schedule something for a chat. For a chat about this whole everything. I thought they wanted to talk about Debbie, and then like they just started like sending death threats to me. I don't understand. Oh, whatever. Yeah, usually a timeout happens first and then a ban happens, but not always. And really, again, it kind of depends on the mood of the mods on any given day. I like to give the mods some wiggle room, and like I can, worst case scenario, if I don't agree with it, I can put them back later. It's not the end of the world. We're a little bit loosey-goosey. I do like to have like that's like that little bit of contained chaos of like, hey, listen, if one of the mods is just in a shit mood and you rub them the wrong way the wrong day, you might get fucking banned for like for the rest of that stream. And like there's like 100 ways people can contact me to be like, hey, I got banned. Can you unban me? Just make sure you ask me nicely. Twitch has a ban appeals. Yeah, there's also that for Twitch, for sure, yeah. Oh man, did that person get banned and that means like the comments, the crazy, insane comments that person was leaving on the comment section of some of the videos is gone now too? Aw, boo. Boo. Won't someone think of the billionaires? If you fix the homelessness, then why would anyone work for them? That's probably why there aren't very many billionaires in Norway. The person was deleting comments. Oh, they were deleting their comments anyway? Boo, loser. That's funny. Oh well. I like how, like, Debbie seems to think she has, like, a little mini army, assuming that wasn't just Roadhog. Or assuming that wasn't also just Debbie going off the handle on another, on a different account. I don't know what account I supposedly banned, though. Yeah, everybody's pretty reasonable. I think everybody who I've got as a mod is usually pretty fucking chill. So you're not likely gonna catch them on an off day. Or they're not gonna immediately jump to banning you on an off day. So you're probably fine. Probably fine. Listening while cooking? Okay, well, what are you making? That's important information. If you tell me you're eating, you have to, like, that's one of the requirements of the channel. That's a channel rule. If you're going for lunch, you say you're going for lunch, or you're cooking while streaming, or while watching, you have to tell us what you're making. You can't just leave that hanging out there. You gotta tell us what food it is, and if it sounds good, you gotta give us the recipe. Now you can leave the recipe in the comments. You will be forgiven if the recipe is in the comments as opposed to the live chat, but you gotta tell us what you're making. Am I implying that Feline is having an off day? No. No, not even a little bit. No. I just know that some of the mods can be trigger happy sometimes. And I'm thinking of one person in particular. Actually, 2 people. There are 2 people who are mods on the channel that can get a little bit like a little bit fast on the uptake, which is not a complaint, by the way. Like, they're totally one of the reasons why I give the mods as free space as I can is for that extra bit of je ne sais quoi, that extra bit of chaos. And that's that's Rez and Manya. Rez and Manya can get a little bit like fast on the yeah, Rez. No, Dapper. I've seen Dapper do it, but not very often. Oh yeah, Avin's Discord account got compromised yesterday or the day before. Drinking Klingon blood wine vintage 2234. Good year. Good year. Marsh. I think a dude got arrested one time for walking into an airport bathroom and told everyone to leave because he was about to blow it up. Oh. Oh boy. Currently making rice and samyang buldak dumpling and also cabbage. Oh. That sounds good. Good. Need some blood wine for these streams. These are chill streams. If I was drinking, they'd become not chill streams very quickly. I'm probably gonna drink tomorrow though. Because tomorrow, let's see, I've got art stream in the morning, which for members will be available live on YouTube. I have, and then for Patreon, it'll be available on VODs the following day. And then I want to have this talk sort of about like the American mindset in current day. It's like it's gonna get a little philosophical. It's gonna be a little bit political, a little bit philosophical, a little bit of psychology going on. Then I believe I have a stream with Dapper later that day where I definitely will be drinking. So there's gonna be that. So join for that. It'll be Tisdale Tuesday tomorrow, so I have a lot going on. And I'm probably gonna make muffins, because I fucking have been wanting muffins for like weeks, and I just haven't got around to them. I'm gonna make oatmeal muffins from scratch. So I'm not gonna be using muffin mix. Thursday, I believe, yes. We have a show on Thursday, Low Energy, yeah. New Cat in the Hat? Sounds gross. Sounds terrible. I think I hate it. Don't drink too much, subscription is coming soon. No, that's when I drink. I drink more when that happens. Muffin button? Where did I get this muffin? Does wine have the opposite effects on goblins and make you unchill? Good question. For me specifically, wine is removes a lot of my filter. So I'm pretty authentic online, so kind of what you see is what you get. But I do filter the way I say things. So I don't necessarily say anything any differently, but like the words I use and how I communicate is very Machiavellian. Like I'm very picky about the way I say things, so I'm more easily understood by people that I want to be able to understand me. If I'm drinking wine, that work and effort that I do to be understood goes away really fast. And so I come across as way more of a condescending asshole. That was before hand-eye coordination. That was before I even got into the bottle. Oh my god, nobody gives me any pass for that. Nobody gives me any pass for that. I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, that stream was the stream that we did announcing that Boole died, and nobody fucking cares. Nobody cares that I might have been distracted and listening and, like, you know, upset about the funeral we were hosting. Nah, Jess is stupid. Oh, wonderful. Wonderful! Trash has filters. Well, yes. It's, I guess. Filter's a way to put it. I don't know if it's... I don't know. I'm rhetorically coordinated. And my coordination goes away very, very quickly if I am drinking wine specifically. She goes for the balls on wine where she normally goes for the ribs. That's a good way to... Yeah. Lev's got it. Lev's got it. Wine makes me unchill. Really? Usually on one day I whine a little, then I whine a lot the next day. Well put. Drinking Merlot right now? Nice. Oh! If you guys don't know, I'm pretty sure I talked about this last week, but on Tuesday, starting tomorrow, Nova Scotia and Ontario are, if you sell alcohol, you're going to be able to apply for a license to sell in each other's provinces without, with like free trade. So that'll be cool. So maybe I'll be going out and buying a bottle of wine from Nova Scotia, because Nova Scotia has really good wine that I haven't been able to have in literal years. So I might go do that. Would be nice. Rum and Coke is this Saturday, and there's also going to be a philosophy stream this Saturday because my streaming stuff was broken on Saturday. I fixed it, luckily, so it's fixed now, which is nice. So the philosophy show that normally happens this past Saturday is happening on this Saturday coming up on Debate Hub. So there's going to be 2 streams on Debate Hub on Saturday. Also, for anybody who doesn't know, we have a big headline debate coming up on Debate Hub. Hell yeah. You guys want to see this? I'm so proud of my thumbnail. I think I did such a good job. Let me pull it up. Hey, Feline redeemed a stretch. Look at that goblin. Look at that little goblin face. Alright, let me pull this up first. If you go to Debate Hub and look up at Debate Hub Official, yeah, that's right, Debate Hub Official, there is a stream scheduled that is titled Debate FTFE versus Dapper Dinosaur. Is teaching flat earth to children child abuse? Look at this. Look at it. Isn't this a great thumbnail? Here's the link, and you guys should hit the bell and make sure you do not miss out, because it's gonna be hella good. We're gonna have a hella good time for sure. Oh. But yeah, I'm hype. I think I did a really good job on this thumbnail. I'm very proud of it. Ooh. It is belled. Hell yeah, it's gonna be so good. It's gonna be such a good debate. Now, just to be clear, and we will clarify this at the beginning of the stream as well, this is about if you are, like, homeschooling or you are exclusively teaching your kid that the earth is flat. Not that you're teaching a kid or educating a kid that flat earth, that there are people who believe the earth is flat. No, it's about if you are teaching your child that the earth is flat. Is that considered child abuse? That's the debate. So I hope you guys are excited. I hope you guys are excited. I was so excited that I made a whole new Debate Hub layout for it. Technically I made 3. So it's got a whole new layout. It's gonna be so good looking. Everything is gonna be so fancy. I worked so hard on it. Guys. Should have put myself on the mantle, like a little goblin sitting on the mantle, or like like me peeking out from the side. Nah. I think it's good enough as it is. Both agreeing. End of debate. No, they don't agree. They don't agree. Craig is on the side of thinking that teaching a child that the earth is flat is child abuse, and Dapper doesn't think that it reaches that level. So they're gonna get 5 minutes apiece, then 10 minutes for rebuttal, and then Q&A and discussion period. Yo, all 3 brain cells and my 62 IQ to put this shit together. It's so pretty. Guys, you don't understand. The layout is so pretty. I did such a good job. I am so happy about it. I am hyped for this debate. This is happening on the 21st, on Saturday. So it's not this Saturday coming up, it is the following Saturday. Oh my god, I can put up a poll. Guys, I'm gonna put up a poll on the Debate Hub, community tab, asking who do you think's gonna win. Sneak peek. I can't really show you. Maybe I can. Hold on. Maybe I can show you. Maybe I can show you what the layout looks like. Hold up. Wait a minute. Put a little love in it. I think I put a screenshot in Discord, but I think I can. All right, let me open these. There we go. Hold on. Give uno momento. Okay, so let me even get rid of this. This is what it looks like. Isn't that so cool? Isn't that so cool? All right, so I've got a timer, so that way everybody else outside and the people in the call can see how much time they have left to talk, right? So that one, right now, it's just set for 5 minutes, but it'll go up to 10, right? And I've got 2 layouts that where one side is a little bit bigger than the other side, so whoever is talking gets to be highlighted when it is their turn to talk, and then here's the layout when it's just everybody. Right, I've also got a timer that, like, the timer can also go onto this one in the same spot, but I just didn't have it on when I took the screenshot, and I don't know if it would actually need to be on the whole time, but that's what it looks like. Isn't it cool? Isn't it so pretty? And it's gonna, you know how, like, I have the merge, so, like, I can do, you see where I'd, like, do this, where it merges around? Yeah, that's what it's gonna do, but it's gonna make one side a little bit bigger and the other side a little bit smaller, so it's just gonna, like, shift. It's so pretty looking. It looks so good. It's so pretty. And the thing that's on the bottom there, like the little debate pub and debate hub stuff, that is a cube that rotates for the other shows that. And there's basically a show every Saturday on Debate Hub if you're interested. It's right now, as of right now, we're about 70 subs away from monetization. So if you guys like debates or are interested in debates, or by the way, if you guys like the newsy type stuff, political stuff, we do a political commentary show on the last Saturday of every month. And if you want topics, link them to me on the Debate Hub community tab, and I will see which ones we can get onto the stream, because I want you guys to be able to give us suggestions of stuff you want us to talk about, or stuff you might think we don't know, whether it's from, like, your local area or your part of the world. So if you want us to do that, oh, thank you, RNG, for putting the link to the show itself, or to the channel itself. Greatly appreciated. But yeah, I'm really excited. It looks really, really good. So if we want to replace Modern Day Debates and Non Sequitur Show, it's professional, it's pretty, I'm fun as fuck, and we get to have a little bit more nuanced and interesting conversations. Instead of just being like, duh, the earth is not flat, we get to kind of talk about the nuances of, like, okay, well, we know the earth isn't flat, but is it child abuse? Maybe. Maybe it's not. Maybe you'll be convinced. I want to also put a poll up for you guys to ask, do you think it's child abuse or not? So I want to know and then we'll do a poll at the end of the stream, so that way you guys will, if you guys have changed your mind, we'll know if the debate, like, overall, right? And that's going to be great. It's going to be so much fun. I got so much shit! Guys, I have so many things planned. Go subscribe over there. Anyway, I'm gonna go. That was chill. It's just me freaking out. Also, by the way, for anybody who doesn't know, the competition for clips. So, for anybody who doesn't know, I do a competition every month that just started. That is, if you take a clip on Twitch, at the beginning of the following month, that clip will go onto YouTube as a YouTube short. The short with the most views by the beginning of the next month wins. Now, you can also cheat, so it's the most views, so it doesn't have to be likes or anything, just views. But you do know that if you like it, it's more likely to get shown to people, which means it's gonna be more likely to be the winning one. But you can also upload it yourself. If you upload it yourself on your own channel, just make sure at the end of the month you send me the link, so that way I can count those also in favor of your clip. So there's that. So if you look at the YouTube shorts, but they will be those ones from that month. So the February ones went up on the 5th. So if you want to go watch those, or if you want to go see and vote basically which one you want to win, because the way you vote is by watching it and by liking it, because if you like it, it's more likely to get shared. So you're welcome to do that. And the big question is what do you win? Well, you get an option of one of two things. You can choose to have me react and respond to a video, or you can give me what you want art done, and you get one full stream of me working on that art. Unless it's something super simple and it gets done in 20 minutes. If it gets done in 20 minutes, it gets done in 20 minutes. But if it's something complicated, you'll at least get 2 hours to 3 hours out of me. For just a piece of art that you will just get, and I'll just give you a copy of it. But yeah. That's what we're up to. So go and check out the YouTube shorts. Find out which one you want to win. And if 2 people clip the same thing, it's just whoever got the clip first. But yeah. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm gonna get on out of here. I guess they didn't want us to talk about Debbie. Oh well. Another time. Thank you for joining me. I hope you guys had a good time today. I'm gonna get out of here. I hope you guys have a good week. We have a big and a little bit of a heavy conversation for tomorrow. We will try and keep it as nice. You're gonna go bet on CCTV? Let me know how it goes. I'm really curious. Thanks so much. I'm gonna get out of here, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.